Obama takes South
And
Carolina.
a New York State employee takes goods and sells them on eBay.
And we'll show you how the Cats did against the Washington teams.
All this and more, it's Monday, January 28th.
And your daily dose starts right now. Good evening, Wildcats. I'm Spencer Lubitz.
And I'm Carrie Sherman. While the political pundits may label the South Carolina win by Barack Obama as all about race, exit polls demonstrate that the truth lies a little bit deeper. In many ways, Obama's win was similar to his early victory in the Iowa caucuses. Increased turnout, specifically among the young and new voters, and a desire among voters of all colors for needed change helped him to a resounding win. In an election year that has repeatedly seen record-breaking turnout in Democratic caucuses and primaries, South Carolina was no exception. For Barack Obama, those who boosted the turnout in Saturday's primary were part of the key to his victory. 4 in every 10 voters Saturday were under the age of 45, up 8 points from their share of the electorate in 2004, when they were 32%. Among these voters, Obama won 64% of the vote compared to the 55% he received among those 45 to 59 and the 38% among voters 60 and older. Among those at the polls on Saturday were a new crop of voters. 27% reported that this was either their first vote ever or their first primary vote. Here again, Obama carried the day. He won 63% of the vote by first-time voters and 57% among those who had never attended a primary before this year. Turnout was also high among African American voters. In 2004, blacks made up 47% of the electorate. On Saturday, they were 55% of those at the polls. And among black voters, Obama received 78% of the vote. Only 19% of the African Americans voted for Hillary Clinton and 2% for John Edwards. Well, you can count on UATV3 for your Campaign 08 coverage. Stay tuned and stay informed.
Now, this is really huge for the Obama campaign.
And this is before Caroline Kennedy.
Right, and as we know, he got some big name endorsements this weekend from both Caroline Kennedy and Ted Kennedy earlier as well.
Although Robert Kennedy is endorsing Clinton.
Interesting. Huge endorsements, though, those from the Kennedy camp, as well as the interesting op-ed piece that she wrote to the Times about comparing him to her father. Some very interesting comparisons between the Kennedys and the Obamas. All right, well, moving on. A New York State employee who stole 400 documents was arrested Monday morning. Among the missing documents was a letter from 1823 written by U.S. Vice President John C. Calhoun and copies of the Davy Crockett Almanac. Daniel Lorello, age 54, was charged with grand larceny, possession of stolen property, and fraud. He pleaded innocent in court earlier today. Lorello was caught when a history buff reported the items to the state's attorney general's office after seeing them for auction on eBay. Thanks to some help from an auction tycoon, they were able to nab Lorello and over 400 stolen goods kept at his house.
Interesting.
All right, yeah, well, we've got some interesting stuff going on in the sports world. Let's see what Jess has. Jess.
Hey Wildcats, I'd just like to point out that I'm Jess Antonio and not that loser Andy Greenberg. But welcome to the UATV Sports Lounge. Sit back, relax, and let me read you some words. Well, the Wildcat basketball team faced the Washington Schools this weekend, teams they have had close battles with for the last few years. Now, last season, the Washington State Cougars were the surprise of the nation, going from the Pac-10's worst team to being a regular in the top 25 rankings. Now, the Cougs used their slow-paced, half-court offense to counter Arizona's fast-paced play, and they swept the Wildcats in conference play last season. This season, coming into Thursday night's game against Arizona at the McHale Center, Washington State had only one loss and was ranked 6th in the nation, that one loss coming from UCLA. The Wildcats entered the weekend with a 12-6 record and needed a big win to get back into the top 25 rankings, which they've been out of for a few weeks. The Cats didn't disappoint, doing what they hadn't in their last two losses to the Cougs, and that was control the tempo of the game. After a close first half with a 34-31 lead, Arizona hit the ground running, seemingly unable to miss a shot, especially from the three-point arc. Jordan Hill was able to stay more under control on defense, and he isn't getting in as much foul trouble, which gives him time on the court to play well, which he did. He had a career-high 6 blocks to go with his 4-point, 10-rebound performance. The Cats' outside shooting was unstoppable, with Chase Budinger going 4 of 7 from 3. He finished with 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Quite a lovely game. And star freshman Jared Bayless hit 3 trace shots as well, netting a game-high 23 points and 6 assists. The Wildcats controlled the Cougar shooters and at one point holding on to a 19-point lead. They ended up winning the game 76-64. It was rocking in the McHale Center on Thursday. On Saturday, the Wildcats hosted the University of Washington Huskies, who picked up an upset win Thursday against Arizona State. We have some footage here of the game. Husky star power forward John Brockman is third in the nation in rebounding currently with 11.5 boards a game to go with his 19 points. But Brockman didn't pull down many rebounds in this game because once again, the Wildcats refused to miss their shots. Even Kevin O'Neal was pretty pumped up, as you can see there. Now once again, Arizona's big three of Bayless, Budinger, and Hill didn't disappoint. They all did their job superbly. Hill finished the game with 16 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 block shots. A big dunk there from Jordan. The Cats shot 59% from 3 with Jared Bayless knocking down 5 of his 6 three-point attempts and finishing the game with 26 points and 6 assists. Chase Budinger hit 5 threes and ended up with 25. Arizona rolled past the Huskies 84-69 in victory and head to the Southern California schools this upcoming weekend. Surprisingly, they are not yet back into the top 25 polls, but they are right on the cusp of being back, and with 2 big wins against those California teams, they should be there. Well, that's all the time I got for you Wildcats. Keep tuning in to Daily Dose every Monday and Wednesday to see all the best news and all the best looking anchors.
Hello.
Hi, Ernie.
Who's this?
You don't know me, but I know you. I've been watching you.
You have?
I think you're really a hot stud.
Me?
Yeah, and I think you've got the equipment to satisfy me.
No, at least I don't think so.
Well, that sure does look like a black dick to me.
Hi, hi, me, oh my. Nothing tastes sweet, wet, salty, and dry. All it wants so well is pie. Apple, pumpkin, mince and mac bottom. I come to your place every day if you've got 'em. Pie, me, oh my. I love pie.
Well, welcome back for real this time, Arizona. As you know, it's my favorite part of the day. It's time for your Globally Cool tip. Well, the kickoff for Recyclemania 2008 at the University of Arizona was on January 23rd, when all involved were out on the mall with the farmers market getting students to sign eco-pledges and having a good time. At the University of Arizona, Recyclemania is a chance for all the halls and apartments to compete to see who can recycle the most materials per person. Recyclemania is also another chance for the University of Arizona to compete with our rivals, ASU. All that you need to do to compete is continue recycling plastic 1 and 2, all your papers except neon colored, newspapers, magazines, aluminum cans, cardboard, but no pizza boxes, batteries, and ink cartridges. The winning college or university will receive the Recyclemania trophy, which will be presented to the winner's school. The winning college or university also gets half a page advertisement in all the other schools' newspapers, compliments of the losers, on their achievements. Residence Life Recycling will present the winning Residence Hall with the following: first place, $500, second place, $250, third place, $100, and the Ink Mania winner, $100. If you have any questions or ideas regarding Recyclemania, please contact recycling@life.arizona.edu. And I hope that inspires you, Arizona. We have a time to shine. That was your Globally Cool tip of the day. Don't forget that it's cool to care.
And it's not just cool to care, but it's important to beat the Sun Devils.
As always.
I mean, as always, really get out there and recycle, Arizona. All right, well, with less than 24 hours until primary polls open in Florida, top GOP rivals John McCain and Mitt Romney continued a barrage of attacks on each other, freely using the L word to bash one another. Romney hammered hard on a climate change bill that McCain has supported with his friend and colleague, Democratic Senator Joe Lieberman, saying the legislation will result in a tax increase. He also went after McCain for the Arizona senator's role in the campaign finance bill and failed immigration reform bills. The polls show that McCain and Romney are in a state race that is just too close to call. But with McCain collecting endorsements in recent days from Florida's top two Republican elected officials, Senator Mel Martinez as well as Governor Charlie Crist, as well as a slew of Florida newspapers, the former Vietnam prisoner of war has also universal name recognition as well as ownership of an issue important to the large numbers of veterans and active military in the state, national security. But Romney has the get out the vote effort in the state that's been at work on early voters as well as those seeking to cast those absentee ballots. A former businessman, he has campaigned as the man with the credentials, giving a much-needed boost to our now lagging economy and counter on to McCain's officials. Former New York's Mayor Rudy Giuliani and former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee are also on the ballot, but recent surveys show that both men are several points behind the frontrunners.
Well, I'll be interested to see what happens tomorrow in Florida and following the next 2 days in California.
Definitely very interesting. And this is pretty much a make or break state for a lot of these candidates. So we'll have to stay close and see what happens.
And that we will. And now let's see what Rebecca Greenwald has with entertainment.
Thank you, Carrie. Welcome back, Wildcats. I'm Rebecca Greenwald with your entertainment news. Last Saturday, the 87th Annual America Pageant was held at the Planet Hollywood Resort in Las Vegas. The 2008 Miss America crown was given to 19-year-old Miss Michigan, Kirsten Haglund. Haglund beat runner-up Miss Indiana, Nicole Elizabeth. Miss America contestants competed in evening wear, bathing suit wear, talent show, and a personal interview where contestants were asked about binge drinking, HIV, and pregnant Jamie Lynn Spears. Haglund's prizes for winning the Miss America title was a $50,000 scholarship and traveling the world promoting the Miss America pageant. On the tragic side of entertainment news, last Tuesday in New York City, 28-year-old actor Heath Ledger was found in his apartment dead. Ledger's death leaves his family and fans wondering what caused the death. Sources say that Brokeback Mountain and 10 Things I Hate About You star was suffering from the flu before his death. Medical examiners say that it will take another 10 days of testing to conclude how Ledger died and whether or not whether it was suicide or murder. Ledger's family plans to hold a service in memory of Ledger in Beverly Hills next Saturday. The 80th Annual Academy Award nominees are out. Last week, the Academy revealed the nominees at the press release on Tuesday. Some of the major movies that were nominated was Juno, Atonement, Michael Clayton. Best Leading Actress nominees include Ellen Page for Juno and Cate Blanchett for The Golden Age. Best Leading Actor include George Clooney for his role in Michael Clayton, and Johnny Depp for Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber on Fleet Street. The winners will be announced on February 24th, 2008. Well, that's all the entertainment news I have for you tonight, Wildcats. I'm Rebecca Greenwald for Daily Dose. Have a great night, Wildcats.
Change. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Use the arms. 6, 7,
I'll be right there.
Thanks, cameraman. You're my hero.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Some sad news to report to Wildcats everywhere. Former University of Arizona football coach Larry Smith passed away earlier today. Smith coached the Wildcats from 1980 to 1986 when he began a 10-game winning streak against ASU. Smith also coached for the University of Southern California, where he led the Trojans to 3 Rose Bowl appearances in just his first 3 years. He also coached at Missouri and Tulane. He and his wife Cheryl had made Tucson their home for the past several years. The former Wildcat coach succumbed after a lengthy battle with leukemia and lymphoma. He was 68 years old.
Well, that does it for tonight, Cats, but stay tuned for the Simpsons movie at 7, Sunshine at 9, Sexy Beast at 12, and Waking Life at 2. But also, after this, at 7 o'clock, be sure to tune in to the last official State of the Union as President Bush gives his last presidential address.
And just a reminder, we're 8 days away from the Arizona presidential primary, so
Stay
a week from
informed.
tomorrow we'll be voting. All right, well, for all of us here at Daily Dose, I'm Spencer Lubitz.
And I'm Carrie Sherman.
And that was your Daily Dose.